Hey guys, it's Mike McErlane with WorkoutTrainer.com and FitnessFactory.com. I'm going over some different movements that you guys can do on the Body Solid Power Bench here that has a lot of different variations of what exercises you can perform on the bench. I just adjusted the bench to where we're actually now going to be doing an incline bench press. So I'm going to explain to you guys the technique behind how to do an incline bench press correctly, because I see a lot of people in the gym who do this exercise incorrectly. All right, so first things first, we have it set up here as an incline. All right, first thing you want to do before you even start off with the bench is you have to make sure that all the contact points when you do bench are met. And what do I mean by contact points? It means where your body parts are in contact with the stable surface to secure you against the bench so that you can actually press and do the exercise correctly to where you avoid injury and you actually perform it with correct technique. So in this case, you want to make sure that both feet are firmly planted onto the ground. I know a lot of incline benches don't have it to where you can place it. Maybe they have a bar, and that's fine, but you want your feet to be firmly placed on some stable surface as a contact point. The next contact point is obviously your butt. You want to make sure that your butt is firmly placed onto the bench. You don't want it to rise and lift up off the bench. If you do that, guys, you're not getting the full benefit of this exercise. The next part is when you lean back here, you want there to be an arch in your back to where your chest is actually broadened. All right, there you do want some space in between the bench and your back here. Okay, so if you come around and you look, you can actually see that my back, I can fit my hand through here, and that's what you want. You do want a little arch in your back. You don't want to be arched up here to, like I said, you lift and your butt comes off the bench. But you do want to arch in your back to where your shoulder blades are pinched together, all right? The next contact point is obviously your shoulders. So you do want your shoulders, again, and your shoulder blades pinched against the bench. And then your next contact point is your head. If you're doing bench press or any type of movement to where your head comes up off of the bench, chances are you're going to end up straining something in your neck, and you don't want to do that. You want to force your head against the bench to where it's actually secure, all right? So those are the 5 contact points. You have your right leg, your left leg, it's 2, your butt, 3, your shoulder blades, 4, and your head, 5. All need to remain still when you're doing this. The one thing about the incline bench press that a lot of people do is there's some debate as to how far down you should actually come. It really depends on you. Personally, if you want to avoid, AC separations and potential shoulder injuries, you don't want to come all the way down to where you're touching your chest. A lot of people say, well, you need to go into a full range of motion. That's perfectly fine. If you're comfortable with touching your chest, that's perfectly fine. But it doesn't necessarily stress the pecs anymore if you do that, if you just keep about maybe about a 2 to 3 inch distance away from touching the top of your clavicle here, where you should actually be aiming for. So as you do this, as you unrack the bar here, as you come down, you want to come down just to where the bar is just roughly 2 or 3 inches off from the top of your clavicle. Again, touching your chest doesn't put any more tension on the pecs. What it does do is it puts more stress on your shoulders, which I don't necessarily want. So come down just about 2 or 3 inches away from your chest, press back up overhead. As you come down, nice and slow, touch, right back up, squeezing the pecs together. Down, right back up. Down, right back up. Again, all major contact points on the bench remain still. The incline bench primarily emphasizes the upper pec muscle fibers, okay? So when you want to talk about building the upper pecs and the areas involved, also your anterior deltoids are involved, your pectoralis minor is involved, you do want to try and do an incline bench press. So this is how to do it, the technique to do it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me on the website. Until next time, guys, this is Mike McErlane with WorkoutTrainer.com and FitnessFactory.com right here on Workout Trainer. Take care.